is up, everybody? This is Upgrade Cards, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go over a collection I actually purchased last Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, so for me it was yesterday, but this video is going up for you guys basically a week later. I've made a spreadsheet, I've looked this collection over. I'm overall, I would say, pleased with it, and I could see it going for more or less than my total, but I know we're all curious. So we're gonna hop right in. Basically, the story is I went and I was on Facebook and I saw a collection for 400, contacted the guy, immediately heard back. He wanted 4, I wanted half of that. He said we can do half if I take out these graded wit rookies, and they were, you know, very low value, and going down $200 on maybe $20 to $40 worth of cards, I was more than willing to do that. So I got in my car, really without thinking, drove 4 hours past Kansas City to St. Joseph, where they train in the off season before basically preseason. And lo and behold, talked to him for 5 minutes, headed back home, utterly exhausted. But here I am today, 8 hours of driving later, with the spreadsheet filled out. And this small group of cards here are basically everything that is worth my while in the collection. And there's going to be price tags on these, and I'm going to explain the tags. They're basically for a show I have coming up. We live in Missouri, so some stuff is going to be priced a little higher just because it's Chiefs and it's more collectible, while also there's some stuff down the road that may seem a little more kind of confusing, and I'll explain as well. We're going to start right off the bat. I've got 2 numbered cards. I have a section in my box where numbered cards either go for $2 or $5. That's the same for autos, jerseys, relics, RPAs, etc. These are going to go in our $2 section. So that's just $4 right there. I've also got a Chiefs Legends section. That's a Tony Gonzalez. A lot of the cards I have in there are his. That's $1, so we're up to $5. We've got various just rookies, McDuffie, Karfalakis, Brian Cook. Those are going to be 50-cent cards for me. Nothing crazy value. No quarterback, you know, of course. No wide receiver, Kelsey caliber. So those are going to be 50 cent, but we do have a Kelsey here. All my Kelseys are also $1. And if people want to negotiate, I'm always willing to. And then, of course, we've got base. Maybe these guys aren't with us. Maybe they're variations. It doesn't matter. 50 cents each on those as well. Bumps us up to $12 just off that stuff alone. So I'm not too concerned about that. There's another, and another, and another. And then I was surprised to see this. At the last show, we actually had a kid doing Pokemon, so I might just give this to him. Or maybe, you know, I wanted to start with a challenge possibly, and put that on the channel. If you guys are interested, let me know. Kind of the $1 trade up. I've heard legend, I've heard tale of people starting with $1 and going up to, you know, $20,000, or starting with $1 and getting up to a Justin Herbert RPA out of National Treasures, or whatever it may be. So I got this one. It was just in the box. It's like a $4 card, so I'll figure out something to do with that. And then we go into Jalen Green. This is a $5 card. It's the purple variation. So we're up to about 20 bucks. Now this Pacheco I found, and I kind of pulled it out because I thought, well, his prisms were going just insane. And for a rookie, I was surprised. This is almost a $10 card. It's actually 9, puts us at an even 30. John Morant XR rookie, that's about 5-6 bucks, puts us at 36. A Jaren Jackson Jr. Player of the Day. You can only get these from your LCS. That goes for about 3. We're kind of going to start to get into our better stuff here. We're past our rookies, we're past our base, our Chiefs, and we're going to get into this Jamar Chase. Tons and tons of mosaic, optic, and prism in this. A lot of basketball, and I'm not a big basketball guy, so shout out to my friend Chris, who I'll be doing the show with at the end of the month over at Relics on Battlefield Road in Springfield, Missouri. The last Friday and Saturday of the month. So if you guys want to stop by, say hey, we'll be in the back of the room, kind of hanging out, trying to wheel and deal and get some steals. But this is a Genesis, which is a case hit. And the way I explained it to my fiance was, you know, let's say there are 10 packs in a box, 10 boxes in a case. That's 1 in 100. But then you got to think also the set. You know, let's say the set's 200 players or 200 cards, not including inserts, autos, etc. That makes the card pretty rare. So this is a very nice case hit Genesis. Shout out to my group of guys on Twitter who I double checked this with. Jamar Chase, last one sold for 50, so I put a 60 on it. You don't want to ask for what you want. You want to start high and work it back down. So that is actually worth 50. That brings us up to 89. And I have a couple of just Mahomes bases. I don't do those for $1. It's $2 or $3. My LCS will trade them for store credit if I want, but that's, you know, nothing crazy. So like $10-ish in those. And we're gonna go through just a few quick relic and autos. Nothing crazy. Zappy, Michi, Victor Gonzalez, Troy Baxter Jr. These are all $2. Troy McGowan. This Jokic I'm gonna throw in my $5 section. He's a little bit, in my opinion, better well known. This throws us about $114, and we're into our Ja Morant Remembrance for the Grizzlies. So this card was about $15. The most recent one was actually less than 15. It was around 10. I stuck a 20 on it, you know, just to see what happens. But in the spreadsheet, it's a $15 card. Now I got excited about these because I had no idea, actually, and ignore this tag because one sold really low today, so I'm going to redo that, that there were Hurts rookies, Jefferson rookies, and Burrow rookies. So I was very excited about all of these. Today this was a $4 card. I might put like 10 on it. People will know that he played well in the Super Bowl. And we'll just kind of, you know, cascade from there in the show. So we're at like 133. There's a Justin Jefferson. I put a 5 on that because the last sold was 3. That's a 136. And we get into our Burrows. These are only selling for 10 a piece right now, but he's been awesome to watch these last couple of years. And in my mind, he is a just a really talented quarterback and somebody I hate playing in the playoffs. Those are $10 each. Stuck a 20 on them. We'll see what happens. If somebody wants to trade, you know, $20 in cards for these, I wouldn't say no and just kind of see where it goes. So we're up to about 156. Right now we're still in the red. We're still negative. It was still $200 collection, $30 in gas. I packed a Gatorade and some snacks, and so I didn't worry about any of that. And honestly, 8 hours of my time, which I don't necessarily have to pay myself per se, but that's just the math I'm doing. Tyler Hero kind of fell off. Very simple. I mean, it's a good product. PSA 9 Tyler Hero Prism. I put a 20 on it because it is slabbed, it is a rookie, it is Prism, and it's a somewhat well-known name, but the last one only sold for $7. This is the big one for me personally, and this one I might bump up to a price tag of 100 because the last sale was actually a best offer selected, and if you guys use, let me see what it's called here, 130 point, you can actually go and see how much cards are selling for. So the best offer was accepted for 72 on that, and that puts us in the green, barely, by like $5. Then we get into this Luka PSA 9. It's a $40 card, stuck 75 on it. If somebody talks me down to 50, that's still profit to me. So we're at 275. This is not a legit Jordan, before you freak out. It's a 1996 Decades of Excellence Jordan. My first HGA slab I've ever owned. Kind of shied away from them after they got caught stealing art and everything and then tried to hire those people to make it seem like it was, you know, okay. I don't even know if they're still in business. I haven't seen anything from them in ages. I kind of like the way the slabs look up here with the art, but otherwise I don't deem them as trustworthy as like a PSA. So this is a $22 card. I put a 30 on it. You know, we'll see. I'm going to sell a lot of slabs at this show. We've got a Trevor Lawrence. I was surprised this one was this low. $17. This puts us over $300. I put a 25 on it. Honestly, it might be one I just hold on to because I think he'll just go up. But who knows, I could be wrong and look really dumb in the future. And then our final big card is a Jason Tatum SGC 9.5. This goes for about $39 right now, so I put a 50 on it. If I'm confident they'll win the series against the 76ers, it'll just continue to go up. If it would have had a red background, it would have been like a $400 card, which would have also been insane, paid for a ton of stuff. That puts us at $353. So we're already thinking about this. We're already about 120 up. I have these cards that my friend wants. We're going to work out a trade, so I'm not factoring those in at all. And I'm also not factoring in the fact that I took a ton of sleeves off of cards that I would deem as common. I mean, this is probably $15 to $20 in sleeves. 10 sleeves at my LCS is around $6 or $7. I'm not factoring that in either, but the final thing I am factoring in is roughly 1,250 cards that are just what I deem as commons, inserts, and things like that. So you guys can see the box here. I mean, there's a lot of just different stuff in here. I mean, you've got Rodgers, you've got Goldie, you've got rookies of Cunningham. A lot of this is just going to go into my collection for quarter boxes. So if all these sold at a quarter, that's a little over $300, putting our total at $665.75. Now, of course, we're not going to be logical if we think all of these are going to sell for a quarter, because some of these, you know, maybe put into little mystery bags, some of them maybe put into mystery packs, some of them may be used on a Plinko game I plan to do. But a lot of this, you know, like these LeBrons, I'm going to pull the LeBrons, the Currys out because I don't want to sell those for a quarter, and maybe do a team lot of those. So in the end, it could go for more than, you know, $665 in time, but it also could go for less if, you know, maybe the 76ers beat the Celtics in the playoffs, or if Trevor Lawrence comes out and he has a bad season, or, you know, HGA goes out of business, or, you know, Travis, knock on wood, gets hurt. You know, things like that. There are always things to look into as well. And if I have issues selling, you know, numbered cards or Chiefs cards, I can always throw those in the quarter box as well. But that is it, guys. That is the kind of the main part of the collection that I wanted to show you. Roughly a profit we're looking at of around $400. Was it worth it to drive to Kansas City? Yes and no, just because right now we're in the dark about how much we could actually make out of this. I used eBay comps. I used 130 Point to check that sold listing for the Tatum, and then also for the Kelsey. But that's where we're at if it all sells for the prices that either I've checked on eBay or, like these cards, I've put on for the show. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see me purchase more collections, look into them, see if they were good buys or bad buys, let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you all later.